Hello and welcome to God First, life lessons based on the teachings of Reverend Young-Hee Peck. Today we'll be taking a look at Turn Laughter into Mourning. Let's jump right in. In today's world, we're focused on happiness. It's the be-all and end-all to human existence. Be as happy as you can be. Do what makes you happy. The purpose of life is to be happy. We are inundated with messages telling us to be happy. Yes, happiness is the key to living a good life. But it must be the right kind of happiness. The Bible says to be miserable, to turn your joy to gloom. In other words, as Christians, it's important to identify the different kinds of happiness and to be happy in the right kind of joy. Our first order of business is to identify what makes us happy. What gives us joy? What makes us laugh? Will this joy and laughter hold up in the face of adversity? Will this happiness remain as we face growing old, poverty, or even our own demise? Is it a one-time thing, a happiness we will look back at with regret and remorse? You're about to die. Will this thing make you happy? Are the things making you happy the same things that give happiness to people who deny or don't know Jesus? Are you satisfied with being happy or content when it has nothing to do with Jesus? In other words, are you an absolute pleasure seeker who gives no mind to the source or ramifications of that happiness? As long as I'm happy. If this defines your happiness, turn your laughter into mourning and your joy to gloom. Happiness void of Jesus and truth ends in despair, gloom, and discontentment. Animals play and laugh while they wait for their turn at the slaughterhouse. The happiness is short-lived and grounded in oblivion regarding their impending doom. We don't know when we will die. Mourn, weep, and be miserable if your happiness shatters in the face of God's judgment. Take a hard look at what makes you happy and gives you joy. Does it have anything to do with God? If the reason for our happiness has nothing to do with God, we need to shift from one kind of happiness to another. We need to shift from an ephemeral happiness to an everlasting happiness. Be miserable and mourn if our happiness, well-being, sense of security, and our perceptions of pleasure and pain are based solely on worldly conditions. As Christians, are we supposed to live miserable lives void of any joy whatsoever? Absolutely not. Philippians 4:4 says, "Rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I will say, rejoice." When we look at the world, do not look at it one-dimensionally. Include God in the picture. We can enjoy happiness through Jesus. We can experience joy by executing His will. Happiness must be grounded in obeying God and living a God-centered life. We can enjoy wealth, success, power, and glory through Jesus Christ. We must change the perishable with the imperishable. Sow seeds we can reap in the afterlife, in the limited time we have on earth. There are no guarantees you'll be alive tomorrow. There are no guarantees you won't get sick. Nothing in life is guaranteed. During our time on earth, we must live like good stewards. A good steward realizes everything in life is temporary. A good steward realizes he or she will leave everything behind. A good steward uses his or her time on earth to practice for the afterlife. A good steward always thinks, I'm going to be leaving this behind. What's the best way to use it? Be miserable and mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned into mourning and your joy to gloom. We're not going to be here forever. At some point, we will stand before God and be judged for our actions. Remember this sobering fact. Don't mourn for things that aren't working out in your life. Mourn for things that won't work out when standing before God. Be happy in the things that will give you joy in this world and the next. That's true happiness. The rest is but a temporary mist that fades into nothingness. Thank you, and for more lessons like this, please visit our website at www.godfirstpec.com. See you next time.